Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Plough Lane for 9yrsTV, bringing all the build-up to AFC Wimbledon versus Barrow in League 2. I'm Nick Draper. I'm joined to my left by Stuart Deakins, and on my right, Matt Harwood and Rob Boyce. Rob did not get the memo on the shirt to wear today, so Rob let the side down there.
You know what? It's because I'm waiting for the away shirt to come back in stock. I missed out because I was on holiday. So
it's a popular shirt. It's sold out already.
I've got a valid excuse. Middle of September, I'll be joining the boy band.
The boy band that we are.
Band, yeah.
Well. Not sure how successful that'll be. As you can see, it's a bright sunny day at Plough Lane, so apologies for the backlighting. If I'm just a bit of a ghost speaking to you, I'm really sorry, but just to pretend I'm not actually here, pretend I am come from the netherworld or something like that. Anyway, we are running a bit late today. We apologise for that. We'll explain why that is very shortly. But before we do anything else, we could quickly bring you the team news. The lineup for this afternoon, which unsurprisingly remains the same from the win at Crawley last week. So no surprises there. Harry Pell signed in the week from Accrington Stanley. He is on the bench and might make an appearance later on. We'll see. Probably looking for a start on Tuesday night instead. But anyway, we are coming to you a little bit late this afternoon. That is because we had an unexpected guest who we managed to steal a quick 5-minute interview with. His name is John Fashanu. You might have heard of him. He is, you won't believe it when you see the video, 59 years old. Stu and Matt had a quick chat with John. We're going to play it to you now. We apologise if any swears managed to sneak through our censors.
So we are joined by a special guest today, John Fashanu.
Thank you.
John, great to see you. Been a long time.
It's a long time. It's been forever. It's been forever.
Welcome to Plough Lane.
Thank you very much.
Did you think we would say that ever again?
No. It was bye-bye Plough Lane.
What are your memories of Plough Lane? I remember the last game there, the Palace, unfortunately didn't finish well with Wrighty scoring a hat-trick from memory in the last game at Plough Lane.
Yeah, you've just taken the smile off.
I always want to add some balance. What do you remember about Plough Lane? What made it special?
Plough Lane was fantastic. I'm sorry to say it, but one of these traditions that we have in the Premier League with the teams, especially with the captains, is that when you're moving out of the tunnel, before you get onto the pitch, you're supposed to fight. A few punches backwards and forwards. Plough Lane was wonderful because the tunnel was so small, you can get a good couple of good punches. And you understand what I'm saying? Now, when you have Vinnie Jones and Dennis Wise to back you up, you live for going down that tunnel.
So did you go in first, or did Dennis Wise do the...
No.
I imagine Dennis would have been the one that could probably...
Wisey doesn't. He's a backup. Wisey was always a backup. Jones boy, he's always my second. So really it was nice because you know what you're going to get when you're going down to Manchester United, Old Trafford. You know what you're going to get when you get to Liverpool, Manchester City. You know the hell they're going to give you there. So this was just a nice situation for us because everything was small. Yes, there was no lights. Yes, we had problems with this. Yes, they had problems with that. But at the end of the day, I mean, it was great for us because we were winning.
Yeah. And I was going to say, the pitch here is impeccable. But Plough Lane also had a really good pitch, didn't it? It won many awards.
The pitch was beautiful. But hey, look, this is also amazing. Yeah. And I'm not even going to go into the stadium yet because that would just blow you away. But the pitch itself is far better than what we had. But Wimbledon was always known for having a wonderful pitch, beautiful levelling pitch.
Yeah. So you're going to go down and see the boys at all beforehand? Going to give you a team talk?
Of course. Of course. Whether they want it or they don't want it. And if they don't like it, we'll beat the shit out of them. Okay? Are you all right with that?
So what are you expecting today then?
Well, look, at the end of the day, we're not where we were at Wimbledon, that's for sure. And whether people like it or not, the team we had with the players we had, I mean, can you imagine Wimbledon sitting at the top of the English Premier League? What?
Yeah.
For 3 months at the top of the English Premier League, we were at the top, winning the FA Cup. I mean, you've got to be a team to be able to play that type of football.
Yep.
You have to be a strong team.
Yeah.
And there are so many scenarios which you can go, or ways, directions you can go, but we always seem to go down the right one then.
Definitely. Have you had a chance yet to see down on the West Stands? We've got a lot of the memorabilia and stuff like that.
Oh, memorabilia, everything is fantastic. It really is. It's awesome. Yeah. I've got to say that. I don't think this would have been this situation had it been one man who owns the actual stadium, the club.
Yeah.
This is because you have so many people who also want to add their own bit, and this one wants to add it, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
That's how it should be run.
definitely.
They said it couldn't be done. But
Oh, of course.
They said it would never happen.
They said
we'd never make the league. We'd
Hey,
never get back to
Hey, bro, they said that we cannot win the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. You're playing against Liverpool, the mighty Reds.
Incidentally, that was my first game as a 5-year-old.
There you are. So you're saying I'm old? Never. Okay, I was going to say. Okay,
Don't know any older when you
I like
left.
this guy. I like this guy.
So last time I remember seeing yourself, obviously in AFC Wimbledon, was at Ebbsfleet when we won the FA Cup.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
see you running down the touchline.
Yes.
Can we see a repeat
Yes.
today?
I wouldn't say running. I'd say I was jogging.
Well, you're on that side. John, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it, and it's great to see you.
Thanks,
here
guys.
today.
I'm home. Thanks, guys.
Well, there you go, John Fashanu there earlier with Matt and Stu. And Matt, very quickly, as you said there, your first game was the 1988 FA Cup final, so that must have been quite a moment for you to see one of your first heroes as a Wimbledon fan.
Yep, Fash is a massive hero to me and many, and yeah, I've watched him beat up many a defender, and according to what he was saying earlier as well, beating up defenders normally. But he's an absolute gentleman, and he's still absolutely massive. I remember seeing him as a 5-6-year-old, and I thought, wow, he's big. He's still he's just got a presence. The man just has a presence. I don't know what it is, but yeah, great to see him, great to talk to him.
Yeah, and he will be on the pitch before kick-off today, being introduced to the fans here at Plough Lane as well. So if you are just joining us, I'm Nick Draper, joined for the moment by Matt Harwood and Rob Boyce. We're previewing the game with Barrow, but before we do that, we go from one gentleman to another, and on Friday George went down to the training ground to speak with our goalkeeper, our number one, Nick Zanev, and here is George's chat with Nick.
Come join in if you want. The mug first.
Joined now by Nick Zanev. Nick, thank you for joining us on our pre-match show today. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, just came back in from training, had a good session with the gaffer and everyone, and yeah, went. Come join in if you want. The mug first.
Joined now by Nick Zanev. Nick, thank you for joining us on our pre-match show today. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, just came back in from training, had a good session with the gaffer and everyone, and yeah, went well. High spirits in for the weekend.
You mentioned it, there's just been the final session ahead of today's game. What's the mood like in the camp at the moment?
Yeah, really good. I think we've had a really solid week's training, and the lads that didn't play on the weekend played a game on Tuesday, done really well. And I think, yeah, it's just a really solid competitive week, and people getting angry in training, so yeah, it's good.
Now, we've had a positive start to the season, 8 points from 5 games, 3 clean sheets. How impressed are we with that positive start?
Yeah, it's been really good. I think having those 3 clean sheets out of 5 has been, yeah.
Look at
really
the barnet on it.
Oh,
wait, mate.
Right, mate?
Pierce.
Yeah, you?
Yeah, not bad,
How's
thanks.
everything going?
Yeah, good, thanks, man.
Good, yeah. You just doing an interview, mate?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Come join in if you want.
Come
join in, you sure? Yeah?
Hold your own.
Alex Pearce volunteering to do the next interview, I think, there.
There you go. But yeah, going back to your question, it's really positive. I think 3 and 5 clean sheets has been really good. Obviously, the other 2 games with Doncaster and Mansfield were disappointing, but I think it's just looking forward now, being able to learn from those games and just take things into the future.
Now, obviously, last year was disappointing end to the season, I think it's fair to say. How important was it we had a positive start, especially from a defensive point of view?
100%. I think it's bringing back that sort of solidity and strength in our squad in the defensive side of stuff first, and then working our way through that forward into the strikers. So no, it's been really good, and it's nice, clean slate, and just look forward to the rest of the season.
Was that clean sheet? Well, it must have been a very tiring end to the season.
Yeah, I think it was, obviously, but I try and just see it as an experience, because obviously it's not what we want going down and obviously getting relegated, but I think it's sort of, we could look at it as 1 step back, 2 steps forward sort of thing. So yeah, being able to push on now, that's the main thing.
one of the things that's changed is see a change in shape, going back to a back 3/back 5. How difficult for that is a goalkeeper having a change in shape in front of you?
I think sort of you get used to it fairly quickly because we had our practice in pre-season as well. So going into that shape, I think it's a lot more. There's a lot more solidity at the back and more covering runners, and I think it's something that we've done really well in nailing down and sticking with that shape and really consolidating it.
Now, we've seen it already in this interview. Alex Pearce has come in, bit of a character. How much sort of beneficial is that to you as a goalkeeper, having a defender with so much experience playing in front of you?
Yeah, I can learn so much from him, and obviously having that experience in front of me, it helps me a lot and gives me the confidence to continue doing the things I do. So, the relationship with Pearce is really good. He's a good character in the changing room.
How much is that benefiting you, having the experience of him, Guns as well? Is that something you think we perhaps lacked last year and something that's benefiting you as a player and your development?
Yeah, I think so. I think just sort of the main thing is the positional play and knowing where to be on the pitch at the right time. I think that comes with just a wealth of experience. So having those players in our team has helped us a lot.
Now, the next section of the interview is about getting to know you a bit more as a person. So what was the last TV show you watched?
I think it was Stranger Things.
Wipe your feet. On the outside, not the inside.
Was it any good?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, really good.
You got any music on repeat at the moment?
I've been listening to a bit of reggaeton, so I'm enjoying that, yeah.
Any particular artist?
J Balvin, it's called.
Y si el pueblo pide, let go. Y si el pueblo pide, no se lo va a negar.
Favourite TV pundit for football?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I don't watch too many reviews and pundits, to be honest with you.
Why?
Question from our co-host Stuart Deakins. What's your favourite motorway service station?
Motorway service station, probably the Cobham services. Yeah, close to home.
Will said that as well. I think that's going to be a popular one this season. Now, we end these interviews on a quick fire one, so first thing that comes into your head, red sauce or brown sauce?
Red.
Nick Cage or Nick Kroll?
Nick Cage.
Goalkeepers, short sleeve or long sleeve?
Short sleeve.
FIFA or PES?
FIFA.
Twitter or Insta?
Insta.
VAR, yes or no?
Yes.
Vindaloo or Korma?
Korma.
5 subs, evolution of the game or game gone mad?
Evolution.
And finally, in the most important question, when making a cup of tea, does the bag go in the mug first or the milk?
The mug first.
No, does the bag go in or does the milk go in first?
Oh, the bag goes in 100%.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Thankfully you got that right.
Yeah.
Last
nice.
goalkeeper we interviewed got that wrong. So,
Really,
so thanks for getting that right. Nick
Cheers,
Zanev,
guys.
thanks for your time and good luck in today's game.
Cheers. Take it easy.
And there was Nick Zanev there, and amazing eyebrows that Nick has. I was in awe of his eyebrows, and hopefully one day he'll start a makeup tutorial Instagram account so we can all follow his example. But thank you very much, George, for going down and speaking to Nick, and nice little insight into him. So if you bear with me, viewers, because we're going to get some comments from you, but I have to look at the screen to see it, so I'm going to look away from the camera. But Brian Crouch simply says awooga in response to John Fashion's interview. It was great to see Fash, and if you're on Twitter and Facebook and all the social media, you'll see loads of photos with Fash. He's been around the ground, around the stadium, meeting all the fans, been everywhere today by the look of it, so which is great to see. He was, of course, as Stu points out, an FA Cup winner with us, and it's amazing to see him down and interacting with everyone down here. Cutting at Fine Films, Mark Hendricks, seeing Fash hits me in the feels in all the right ways. Matt looks like he's in a candy store. Bless him. Yeah, Matt, you were very excited. And Stu, to be
I
fair.
had a little bit too much candy while I was there.
Do you know what? I literally was sitting there looking at him thinking he'd done look a day older than the day that I remember seeing him as a kid. And it was just when he started raising his fist, I was just trying to edge a little way to the left because he's still big.
It's the elbows you've got to watch out for.
They've been known to do some damage.
What a man.
Yeah, great to have him down here. Right, so we are hosting Barrow this afternoon. We showed you the team news earlier, but it's, as you expect, the same team that started against Crawley. Barrow, for their part, look unchanged as well. They've got quite a bit of experience in their side. We'll come on to them in a little while, but Rob, I mean, there's no need to change a winning team, is there?
No, I'm not. It seems like Johnny Jackson likes to keep the same formula. He doesn't like to make too many changes, and obviously we got 2-0 win against Crawley. I did wonder if he'd be tempted to stick or twist with Ethan Chislett just because we're at home. Ourselves a bit more of a match winner or a bit more of a threat going forward. But obviously Chislett's done nothing wrong to obviously deserve to get dropped or anything like that on that side of things. But I thought that might be the only change. We know Howie Pell hasn't had much of a pre-season, so we didn't expect him to start today either. But it's good to have him on the bench and have an option there.
And Matt, that is the early talking point this season, isn't it, in terms of team selection, Chislett or Asal. And as Rob points out there, Barrow come to us. They're third in the table. They've won 4 out of 5, but they are still a team that are expected to struggle this season. So when we're at home to them, it is one where you're kind of expecting us to look to take the game to them. So do you think there was a possibility for a shout today that Ayoub comes back in and just have extra little pace and creativity up front?
I think it's as usual with JJ, it's a game of chess. I think he knows that this team plays in exactly the way he wants. Did it perfectly at Crawley. You're going to get a contrast which we'll go on to of 2 different styles. I just think it's the right move to go with the same squad from last week. Chislett doesn't deserve to lose his place, and we know how lethal Ayoub can be coming off the bench. There is the argument he should be in the starting lineup, but I think if we're going to need to be a bit more compact, I think Chislett is the correct decision to go with from the start.
Mm-hmm.
What a weapon to have off the bench though. Well, I mean, it's not very often we have match winners or game changers on the bench recently in recent seasons, but yeah. And now we've got to have that threat. Today we get 3, so we've got Pell back, Osu's now on the bench again, and we've got Ayoub. So we're starting to build that strength in depth. That is what we've needed.
Yep, and obviously Woody's still to come back as well.
Well, yes, and we was going to mention Alex Ridgard. Unfortunately, not with us today. He was gone. He's been in training this morning, so instead of coming to the stadium early, so Alex will not be joining us. We apologise for that, but he will be on Tuesday night, I believe.
Tuesday night, yeah.
So he'll be on the show Tuesday night, so we'll catch up with Alex there. Before we get on to Barrow, actually, do you want to have a quick look at last time out with Crawley? As we're discussing Ethan Chislett and his goal scoring prowess. There's Nathan Young-Coombs they're going to celebrate with the linesman. Who's looking like he's going in for a hug and then thinking maybe not.
Nathan Young-Coombs, the pescatarian we learnt today.
He is a pescatarian, which means he eats fish but no other meat. If fish is a meat.
So he should be good on a rainy night in Stoke then, yeah?
Yeah, well certainly Grimsby away will
Grimsby,
will be a good one for him.
Stoke in the cup.
This is it, High Press, Marsh, Interdush, Davidson and Nathan Young-Coombs. As we talked with Josh on the podcast this week, available 9yrsPodcast.org if you want to listen to that, about their burgeoning partnership. And there you see it there. It's one touch straight into his path, knew where the run was going to go. Pass is perfect.
Marsh's pass there is pivotal because he looks the other way at NYC and the defender tries to come across and instead he puts it to Davidson who then knocks it into NYC's path.
And the Crawley fans are quiet and take long.
I was going to say something like that though, Matt. That's something that comes from the training ground, isn't it? If you practice high press on a training ground, you get to learn these little things. Josh, as he said again, he was disappointed not to score with that. He said that to us on yesterday's podcast, but didn't matter because Ethan Chislett, second goal of the season from outside the box.
I was going to say as well, the guy that was lying on the floor had the best view. Look,
I'm not sure he does. He's looking at the Crawley fans.
If he had a camera, it's weird, isn't it? I remember when Messi was designated to do that job of lying down on the wall. You think, wow.
I mean, we used to have it with Liam Trotter, but he wasn't meant to do it. There we go, a little trip from Tony Craig and a red card. Second yellow?
Yep.
All
day long.
It didn't feel like the ref was going to give this up.
No,
when I was there.
I think the linesman said it because you saw the as he goes forward, his leg moves forward.
I don't want to sound like George Jones. So
Attention please. Can the owner of the following vehicle
and if anything proves that you're alive, that does. And if also if you're watching it online, you're going to be a bit late. Your car's gone.
Yeah, as I say, if you're in the stadium watching it on your phone and that's your car, get moving because it's gone.
Beautiful use of the phonetic alphabet.
That totally confused me to begin with. Just a bunch of random words. It's like listening to you, Stu.